Hello, welcome to the Casual Code channel. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to install TaskbarX, which is a useful utility program that lets you disable the start button, disable the tray icons, center your start menu, add custom start buttons to your taskbar Windows 11 style, have custom animations, and do much more than the default styling in Windows 10 will let you do with the taskbar. So let's get started. So the first thing you're going to want to do is open up your web browser. I'm going to be using Google Chrome. And you're going to want to type in TaskbarX. This will bring you to the website, TaskbarX, under Taskbar Icons. And you're going to want to go under the download section here. You want to click on latest version. For me, at the time of making this video, it's 1.7.6.0. If you're installing this in the future, that'll be whatever version is the newest one there. And you're just going to want to click on that, and it brings you to this GitHub download page. Now, under the assets section here, this is what we're actually going to want to download. You have to figure out which architecture your computer is running, if you need the 64-bit or 32-bit. And you can do that easily by just clicking on Explorer down here, File Explorer, or if you don't have it pinned, just type in search File Explorer, shows up right there, and right-click on this PC and hit Properties. This will bring up your About page, and as you can see here, under System Type, it is listed as a 64-bit operating system with a 64-based processor. If yours says 32-bit with an x86 processor, or 32-bit with a 64-based processor, you're going to want the x86.zip. But if you're like me, you have a 64-bit operating system on a 64-based processor, you're going to want to click this 64-zip right here. That'll download pretty fast, so you're going to want to click on the little up arrow here, click on Show in Folder, and that will open up a File Explorer window here. And you want to right-click on the folder, click Open with Windows Explorer, and so this is where all the data for the application is. And so we actually need to extract this to somewhere like your Program Files folder, because if you delete this folder, it won't be able to run anymore. So you want to move this somewhere safe, and I recommend the Program Files folder. Just Program Files, make a new folder, click Continue, because it is a system directory. You will need admin permission to do this. Just give it a name. I'll type in TaskbarX. Double click on that, hit Select Folder, and Extract. Check the box that says Do this for all current items, and click Continue. You might get a pop-up saying, do you want to allow Windows Explorer to make changes? Just click Yes if that happens. And this should go by pretty fast. And once that is complete, it will pop up a new window here. It should. I believe by default it does that. If it doesn't, you just have to navigate to this folder here, CGI Program Files, TaskbarX, wherever you decided to extract it to. And you can go back to the downloads and delete the folder we downloaded. And now you can actually open up TaskbarX Configurator. And this will give you a whole bunch of options for TaskbarX. And of course, it's not running yet. So on top of Configurator, we're also going to run TaskbarX.exe. And you see that actually gives us the center effect that we want. And on top of centering the taskbar, you can also apply different style effects to it, such as transparent, which I really like, which just makes it the background. It kind of blends in seamlessly. There's transparent gradient, which honestly I don't really know what it does, because every time I try running it, it just ends up black, so I don't know if that's a bug or if there's some setting I'm not aware about. There's opaque, which is just black, or whatever color you choose to make it here, so you can do red, hit apply, and now I have a really bright red taskbar. I don't know why you'd want that, but if you do, it's an option. Of course, I don't know why you'd want just a bright red one, but you can make any color value you can think of with RGB values here, going 1 through 255, or you can use a color picker to pick a color from your desktop, like if I want the red from the Google Chrome here. Then boom, I have a taskbar that's the same color of red. And of course, you can also just type in a hex code. So if you just you find a cool hex code online you think looks cool, you can make it. You can just paste it in here and get that color on your taskbar. There's blur, which is also really cool. It just takes the average of the background. So for me, that's pretty close to black, but it's actually slightly brighter. And it just makes your taskbar blend in better with your background. And acrylic, I don't really know what it does, because for me, it just goes this color, this gray, which is the same if I put it on default. So I don't know what's up with acrylic. It says it can flicker, so maybe it's a bit bugged right now in this build, but in a later release, maybe it might not be. And then we have the animation options. So there's a bunch of animation options, and a lot of them are similar, but there are a few that are pretty different. But Bouncies Out looks pretty cool. It's just the taskbar bounces whenever it changes. So if I close settings here, you'll see it'll bounce and slide. There's also Linear, which just makes it slide at a constant rate. So not really any special animation. It just kind of slides into place, which some people like that. Personally, my favorite is Cubic Ease and Out, which is the default one actually, and it just gives you a nice glide in and glide out animation, as you can see here. It just slides in, slides out. If you close the window here, everything kind of slides back. And yeah, so transparent with Cubic Ease in and Out is my go-to setup for this. You can also do some position stuff. Taskbar offset will actually push the centering off from the center. So say you have like, I don't know, some kind of like rain meter widget or something over here, and you don't want it too close to your taskbar. You want it to be like over here. You can put like 250 in there, and then that'll nudge your centered taskbar a little bit more to the right than it would be. And you can do that with the secondary taskbar. And the secondary taskbar is if you have more monitors, which I just have the one here. With startup, by default, TaskbarX will actually start up on your system's boot 6 seconds after, and you can change the delay that it waits until after your computer is started up for. You can also make a shortcut you can put in your desktop just by copying this here. If you go to New Shortcut and just paste this in, you hit Next, just call it TaskbarX or anything, you press that, it'll launch your TaskbarX with your given configuration. And Extra gives you a lot more dual monitor settings. So you have the only center primary, only center secondary. I actually, on my other computer where I have this running, I have it as only center the primary because I just think it looks better. Having the main monitor having the centered taskbar and the ones to the left of it just having it over here. But if you want them all centered, you can just leave these both unchecked, or if you just want, or for some reason, if you just want your secondary monitors to have a centered taskbar and your primary one to not, then you can check this one. You can hide the start button if you really want to get that Windows 8 feel. Of course, I don't know why you'd want to do that. And you can hide the start button on the secondary monitor, which might be useful if you don't really use the start menu on your other monitors. I know I don't. And you can also hide the tray area down here with the clock and everything. And you can really go for a whole seamless, more form over function design here by getting rid of the start button and the clock and tray area. Of course, I'm going to bring this back. And mechanics, you can turn on MSAA anti-aliasing. Big question mark if you want to know what that is. I can't actually change this, I don't know why, but I guess we're stuck with the anti-aliasing on. The refresh rate, which is how long it takes to update. So as you see here, if I start a new application like File Explorer, it actually takes 400 milliseconds between closing and opening something for the taskbar to actually move. And this is to save battery life. You can have that as a lower one when you're plugged in and a higher one when you're on battery. So if I change this like 10 milliseconds, it'll probably eat up a lot of CPU. Actually, the lowest will let you go is 100 milliseconds, so that's something to look out for. So in here in the start button section, you can actually add a custom start button to your centered taskbar. So if you want Windows 11 style, where you have the Windows button right next to your centered apps like this, you can do that just by creating a shortcut on your desktop with this command line in it. We were to do that here actually. Shortcut, type the location, just paste the thing it gave you in, type that, TaskbarX, and we pin this to the taskbar. When you press this, it'll actually open up our start menu. So if we go back into Extra here and hide our start button, we can get the full Windows 11 feel by having a custom start button here that will open the start menu when we press it. Now, of course, you probably don't want the TaskbarX logo as your start button, so you can go under Properties here and click Change Icon, hit Browse, and go to Windows System 32. I believe the file is called shell something. God, there's a lot of files in here. Shell 32. You want to click that, and it gives you all the icons from Windows 10. So you can have a little error message as your start button. You can have the Internet Explorer icon as your start button. You can have a power button as your start button. Actually, I'm going to do that because that seems pretty funny. So if you just link that to your taskbar here, actually I have to unpin it first. I'll bring it back. Now I have a little power button here that when I press it, opens the start menu. So that's just a Fun little feature, TaskbarX, you have your own custom icon for a start button. And there's just the About page. Of course, Chrisan1998 made this, Chris Andreessen. So thank you, Chris, for TaskbarX. I've been using this since it was called FalconX. Uninstall, you just click the uninstall button. I believe it just wipes the folder it's in. This little sad face if you really want to get rid of it. But yeah, so that is TaskbarX. So thanks for watching. Leave a like if you liked the video. Leave a comment with any suggestions or anything you want to see me cover next. I'm always looking for new video ideas. And if you disliked it, you can press the dislike button, but it doesn't really do anything anymore. So I'd appreciate it if you left a comment telling me what you disliked so that I can improve it. And I'll be sure to factor that in when I make next videos. So yeah, that's about it. Thanks for watching.